This right here is my WWE SummerSlam 2009 pay-per-view predictions. It's going to be live tomorrow night exclusively on pay-per-view. And I'd say as far as the build-up for this pay-per-view, other than CM Punk and Jeff Hardy, has been very weak. And I think a lot of people will agree that the build-up for this event has been very, very weak. Now, the 2 title matches on this event I think are going to be excellent. And there's 2 other matches that have the potential to be good to very good. But there is half the card that looks very weak, or if the matches aren't going to be like a below average, at best they're going to be an average match. The opening match is going to be Christian versus William Regal for the ECW Championship. And this right here, this match I'm actually looking forward to. I think these two can put on a good match, giving them 10 to 15 minutes to start the show off with. This could be a very good opener. And I see Christian retaining the ECW Championship. Now, I know a lot of people dislike this match being on the pay-per-view because I know a lot of people probably wanted to see Christian versus Shelton Benjamin, but William Regal is a great worker, and you're still going to see a good match here for the ECW Championship against Christian and William Regal. So this should be a good match, even though I think a lot of people would have preferred, and I would have even preferred, a Christian versus Shelton Benjamin match on here. But nonetheless, it will still be a good match, and Christian will retain the ECW Championship. Next matchup will be another one of the non-2 main titles that I'm looking forward to this match, and this is Jack Swagger versus MVP. And this match, they've had some good confrontations on Monday Night Raw, like their matches they've done on Raw, and just like the Christian and William Regal match, as long as they get enough time to go out there, I know they're not going to get no 20 minutes that I kind of wish they would, but 10 to 15 minutes will be reasonable for them, especially since it's not for a title either. But it should be a good match, and I see Jack Swagger going over on MVP in that match. Next matchup will be easily the worst match of the night, and this is Kane versus the Great Khali. This match I think is very pointless being on here. They should have scrapped this match and put on a women's title match or a Divas title match. I would have loved to see Gail Kim versus Mickie James on this SummerSlam pay-per-view. And that would have been a good women's match for the Divas Championship that I would have loved to see on this pay-per-view, other than having Kane and Great Khali, where this match is, just 2 big guys in here. They're just going to put on a terrible match. Not going to be one of the worst matches of the year, but still, it's not going to be anything I think anybody's going to actually like. I mean, it's going to be better than, a Jenna Maraska match, but that's not really saying much. And Khali will go over. Next matchup will be Chris Jericho and Big Show versus Crime Time for the Unified WWE Tag Team Championships. And this match right here, if you have Chris Jericho in there for the most of the part of the match, it might not be a terrible match. Just keep Big Show out of it for a good portion of it. It might be a decent tag team match. I see Chris Jericho and Big Show retain the Unified Tag Team Championships. Even though I'm not a fan of Crime Time deserves to go over in this match and win the Unified Tag Team Championships. I just do not see it happening. They had Jericho and Big Show just recently get the Unified Tag Team Championships. I don't see Crime Time winning it here, which is unfortunate. Like I said, even though I'm not a fan of them, they're very over with the crowd, and I don't understand how WWE is not having them go over at all and have not won the Tag Team Championships yet. As far as, as over as they are with the crowd, you should have them go over, but I see Chris Jericho and Big Show retaining the Unified Tag Team Championships. Might be a decent match at best. Then the next matchup will be Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler for the IC Championship. Now, there were rumors that Ziggler was going to win the IC Championship at the last pay-per-view, but plans got changed. Rey Mysterio kind of wanted to have a lengthy IC title reign, but those rumors might be true, might be not. With that, but I see Dolph Ziggler on this pay-per-view. I see Dolph Ziggler walking out as IC champion. Unfortunately, I would like to see him not walk out as champion. I do not want that to happen. I want Rey Mysterio to have a good, lengthy title reign. Like I stated several times, I just do not see anything in Dolph Ziggler. I don't understand why anyone even likes him. I mean, it just nothing appeals. Nothing about him appeals to me, in my opinion. But he will walk out as IC champion. Next matchup will be the first of the title matches. Will be Randy Orton versus John Cena for the WWE title. And this would be a very good match. These two had a great match at SummerSlam 2007. I see this being just like that. You'll see a very good match. And wondering what's going to be the main event of this pay-per-view, because there's two matches that, either of the title matches could be main event of the pay-per-view. Hopefully they don't go the route of having DX in the main event. I don't see them doing that, because obviously they're going to want to have a title in the main event. But in this match, I see John Cena going over and winning the WWE Championship. I see them still continuing the Randy Orton Triple H feud at some point in the line, but I see them maybe when they have their Hell in the Cell match at the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view, have it just be, they just want to go in there and beat the hell out of each other and no titles are on the line. Maybe just do it like that, and have John Cena go over here as WWE Champion. Seems like that's the way who they would have go over in this match. But there's one thing: if this isn't the main event of the pay-per-view, now if this is the main event, Cena's definitely going over in the match, 100% guaranteed. But if it's maybe not the main event, Orton has somewhat of a chance, but I do see John Cena going over as the new WWE Champion. Next matchup will be DX versus Legacy. Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Randy Orton's Legacy of Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. Now this might not be a terrible match, but after what happened this past Monday Night Raw with the beatdown Legacy did to DX within this match, I think everyone already knows this match is going to be a complete squash. Triple H and Shawn Michaels going to go in there and just completely squash Rhodes and DiBiase. Now, the one way this could work as a good squash match is if Cody Rhodes walks out and pretty much lets DiBiase take the beating, and this kind of slowly builds DiBiase turning face. If they do that, I'll be all okay with the face thing. And building up to this match, they did give Legacy a little credibility, so that's the one thing I'm really surprised about going within this match. They have some credibility as a tag team, but DX is obviously going to go over. It's them returning as DX at SummerSlam, Shawn Michaels in-ring return. They're obviously going over. I think that's without question. They're going over. It'll be a complete shocker if they don't go over. Then the main event, which I think this would be the best match to have, is the main event is Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship in a TLC match, and this match should be very, very good. Not sure what match on this pay-per-view is going to be the better one, because I really want to see Orton and Cena a lot, and I think the TLC match with CM Punk and Jeff Hardy could be excellent. Now, the one thing, like I said earlier, this has been the one matchup on this pay-per-view that's had excellent build-up to it. So not only has this had very good build-up, I think the match is going to deliver very well. This could be, a classic TLC match. Jeff Hardy has so much good history within the TLC matches. CM Punk could do very good in there as well. He's done stuff within the Money in the Bank. And I think these two, have very good chemistry with each other. So this could be an excellent match. And I see some way or another CM Punk is going to go over and win the World Heavyweight Championship back from Jeff Hardy. And this is not because I think Jeff Hardy's leaving WWE, because there's reports now that he might be staying with WWE. I think, no matter which way it goes, he's staying with WWE or leaving WWE. CM Punk, some way or another, is going to walk out of here as World Heavyweight Champion. Maybe, Jeff Hardy does some insane spot at the end of the match and pretty much is knocked out, knocked loopy, and then CM Punk, climbs up the ladder and gets the World Heavyweight Championship and wins the match that way. And there have been rumors of doing a CM Punk and Undertaker feud, which I would really like to see. And, next month's WWE pay-per-view is going to be that break-in point pay-per-view, which I think at this point, I think that's going to be an all-submission pay-per-view. So a CM Punk and Undertaker match, submission match could be very good. And at this point, there's no things of maybe Undertaker making a surprise appearance at SummerSlam. But if they want to, do a very good build-up and start, pretty much right when CM Punk wins the title at SummerSlam, like I think is going to happen, have the lights go out, CM Punk celebrating on top of the ladder, and Undertaker choke slams him or does something like that to CM Punk, and you got a match already started for the next pay-per-view. But I don't see Undertaker returning, but if he does, that would be a very good way to see him return at SummerSlam. And like I said, the two title matches on this pay-per-view would be pretty much the matches that will make this a, pretty good overall pay-per-view. I don't think this is going to be an excellent pay-per-view by any means, because half the card is pretty weak on here, but the two title matches, if they're as good as what I'm expecting, and the ECW title match and the Swagger and MVP match are as good as what I'm expecting. This could be actually a very good pay-per-view from WWE, but the one thing that is hurting this pay-per-view a lot is the build-up. It has had very poor build-up for, you know, what WWE is building up as one of their top pay-per-views of the year. And this is pretty much the way this build-up has been for this event shows that WWE needs to scrap some of their summer pay-per-views if they want to make SummerSlam seem more important, instead of having, you know, a pay-per-view every, you know, 3 weeks. You know, have, you know, SummerSlam have, you know, some more importance behind it. And the only way you're going to do that if you scrapped one of the June pay-per-views or scrap the July pay-per-view and just, you know, have, you know, 2 months of build-up between Night of Champions and SummerSlam, and you could have great build-up there. But unfortunately, I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll cut any of their pay-per-views. But if they want to make SummerSlam seem more important, that's the way it's going to have to be, because as good as the matches, there's 4 matches on here. 2 I think is going to be great, and the other 2 I think is going to be pretty good. But the build-up has been so bad that might hurt the pay-per-view buy rates, as the build-up for this pay-per-view has been very weak. But you do got DX on here, so casual fans will obviously buy the pay-per-view for that. And a TLC match, you know, you got those 2 things sell, and Randy Orton and Cena sell. So you got things on this pay-per-view that are obviously going to sell, and you got the name SummerSlam on it as well. So it's kind of like WrestleMania. It won't sell as much as WrestleMania, but it will, you know, sell to a higher degree than other pay-per-views because it has the name SummerSlam. And yeah, that's it for my WWE SummerSlam 2009 pay-per-view predictions. Peace.